Do ba 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 do do ba do do.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful afternoon. Absolutely beautiful. And join me on the first ride since fitting the new quickshifter. So the previous videos in relation to this issue will already be on my channel, so you might have seen them, you might not. But yeah, the new quickshifter is all fitted and everything seems to be working as it should. I did take it just around the block the day I fitted it, and it all seemed okay. But this is the first proper ride, really. Put it through its paces, you know. So yeah, it was a very easy thing to install. Like, they are fairly simple. If you're confident enough to get underneath the airbox and get to the coils and the wiring, then they are fairly easy to install. Well, this one is anyway. This is quite a simple one though. It's the HM Super Light. Some of you will already know this because you'll have seen the other videos, like I said, but just in case. Yeah, so HM Super Light, and yeah, let's see how it performs, shall we? I tell you, I have been so busy lately, you know, so bloody flat out with doing stuff that I haven't really had time to actually stop and relax. You know, some days when or sometimes when you just never stop, you know, and you think to yourself, I just need a bloody break. I think I'm at that stage now where I've been going for such a pace for so long. Probably the last 2 or 3 weeks I've been just constantly busy, you know. A long to-do list that just never seems to get any shorter, always seems to get longer. But it's actually nice to get out and be able to just chill on the bike for an hour. You know, I don't have anywhere particular to be. I'm just enjoying it. So yeah, this in itself is a bit of a break, but I think what I need also is maybe this weekend I just need a weekend of doing nothing, you know. A proper weekend of doing fuck all. I'll have to tell my missus I'm not doing too much. Got loads planned this year. We've got the Germany trip. I've got a trip up north, riding with a few of the lads for the day. I've got a trip to Spa in Belgium to watch a 24-hour endurance race. We've got another bike meet in August. And yeah, so it's going to be a good year for bikes. And of course, I will continue to get as much footage as I possibly can. Oh yeah, big shout out to Michael Neves, by the way. I'm sure many of you know who he is. Nevesy from MCN magazine. The last couple of Q&A videos that he's done, he's answered a couple of my questions. Like, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice when you do that, when you interact with someone as prestigious as Nevesy is. Like, he's an absolute genius, that guy. He's an expert in his field, and it just comes across as a really nice guy. And it's nice when you ask a question and he actually answers it on one of your videos, right? So yeah, if you, I'm sure, like I say, most of you know who he is. If you don't know, go and check him out. His channel, Nevesy Bikes. I mean, he works for MCN, but he also runs his own YouTube channel, Nevesy Bikes. And yeah, he's really, really good. He's a good guy. Very, very knowledgeable. So So I've just realised I've got that microphone underneath the rear seat, but I haven't turned it on yet. So I'm going to pull over and turn it on before I get off these awesome roads. Let her scream. Oh yes, look, new seat cover. Which I fitted. I don't know if the video of me fitting it is going to be up on YouTube yet. I don't even know whether the video of me fitting it is any good quality, or if it's even in the slightest bit bloody interesting. But yeah, I ordered this seat cover from Saxon Seats, and it is fantastic. Turn on, you son of a bitch. Okay, we're on and we are recording. I've just wrapped it in a little bit of foam, tucked it in there, and then I wonder what kind of sound that's going to give me from the exhaust, you know. Hopefully fucking awesome sound. Screaming exhaust. Oh, what a beautiful morning, oh, what a beautiful day. There's a professional biker photographer that normally sits on this corner, and I've got a couple of pics from here in the past, and they are awesome pics. I've got one of me coming in the opposite direction here with my knee down around this corner. It's a bit dusty on the road today though. I'm not getting my knee down now. So anyway, look, the license changes, right? I just wanted to talk about that for a second, because the proposals for the license changes, I don't think anything's been confirmed yet. But one of the changes is that, you know, CBT riders have to do a theory test, and yeah, I'm glad of that. You know, I think they should. I think it's crazy that we've gone all these years, I think since the 90s, since the early 90s, with CBT riders not having to do a theory test. It just sounds mental, isn't it? It's just like, on what fucking planet has that been allowed to happen for all this time? And I think it's a good change. One of the people that I know, Widge, said it might put people off doing the CBT, but personally I think if doing a theory test is going to stop you from doing your CBT, then you shouldn't. Just fucking, so what, you know? I know that might mean that bike instructors lose out a little bit, but there's still surely plenty of people who want their license and who are going to pay for lessons and stuff. Yeah, so that's one of the changes that I definitely am in favour of. I'm not sure what the other changes are. I think it's something to do with the license progression process. So rather than have to keep doing mod 1 and 2 every time you do, you know, A2 and A1, there might be a much simpler way to get to your full A license. Again, a very welcome thing, because like if you think about it, right, so somebody's been riding for 2 years on an A2 license on a, I don't know, a CB500 for example, 2 years road experience, and then they have to do the whole test again but just on a slightly bigger bike. Like obviously that's the current system, and that's bonkers. So if it is much simpler and therefore maybe much cheaper for somebody to get their full A license, then I'm all for that as well. You know, It's difficult, isn't it, I guess, for bike instructors who, you know, might lose out a little bit because it's their livelihood, you know, but I just think that the cost of a full license is largely unjustifiable, you know, the whole cost and then the whole process. So I think that's a very, very welcomed change, well, whatever that change looks like, but I think that's a good thing if they simplify that. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you know what I haven't done a lot in the last sort of, I don't know, 6 months or so, is I haven't really watched any telly. Does anybody still watch telly, or do you just stream, you know, YouTube and Netflix and stuff? Even Netflix, I haven't bothered watching anything on Netflix for a long time. I just spend most of my time on YouTube. I don't even know why I'm paying a bloody TV license, to be fair. And all the other sort of subscriptions that you pay, you know, Sky TV, Netflix, Amazon Prime or Prime Video, you know, all of those things, they all add up, don't they? It's bloody expensive, really. It's not like the old days when we had 4 channels, and I'm sure some of you can remember when we only had 3 channels. When Channel 4 was brand new. I think I was very, very young when Channel 4 was brand new. Very young. I can vaguely remember Channel 4 being new, but I was too young really to pay much attention to it or be aware of what was going on. But yeah, I mean, we've got so much choice these days. It's harder to find something that you actually like. You know, younger people these days have never experienced that, you know, waiting week to week for TV shows, or having to check the Radio Times or the TV for for fucking the times of your favourite show and stuff. God, what was life like before the internet? That's actually quite an interesting concept now, isn't it? Life before the internet. No internet, no mobile phones. Can you imagine being without mobile phones now, all of a sudden? Oh, I'm a bit close to this van, actually. But it's all relative, isn't it? Because, you know, we're all a product of our own time. We're all a product of our own, you know, era. But I definitely think that, you know, going back to days before the internet, there was definitely some advantages to life before the internet. I mean, I think there are more downsides, don't get me wrong. I think the internet is fantastic, like how it has changed life. You know, communications, banking, retail, and you know, the whole fucking thing. Like, there was nothing. I don't think it would be possible. Well, it's possible, but it'd be really difficult to try and live in today's society without using, you know, the technology that we have. There's a topic for questions or answers in the comments. What do you miss about life before the internet, and what do you appreciate the most now that we have internet? So those two things. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts. Let me share my answer as well. So what do I miss about life without the internet? Well, I guess that's a tough one, isn't it? That's a tough one. I guess I just miss free time away from the technology. I just miss appreciating the world without being drawn into your phone all the time. If anybody in this day and age says they're not addicted to their phone, I think you're lying, or you misunderstand yourself, because I think we all are. We have to be, with no choice. Yeah, so and then right, so one thing that I appreciate the most about life with the internet, I guess, is just the convenience of being able to buy shit and it comes the next day. I know that came much later than the actual internet did, but in fact, no, let me rephrase. I'm gonna change my answer. I think having information at the touch of a button, you know, if there's something you don't know the answer to, or you've come across a problem, or you're trying to figure something out, you just jump on the internet and you'll find the answer 9 times out of 10. And I think that I appreciate that the most. We've got so much information at our fingertips about anything, absolutely anything. If you want to find out about, you know, neuroscience, you can find out about neuroscience at the touch of your finger. If you want to find out about, you know, how much does a buffalo shit in 1 week, you'll find the answer. I don't know where that came from. Fucking hell. How the hell did I get from talking about the internet to talking about how much a buffalo shits in 1 week? Welcome back to AD Bike Life's brain. Fucking hell.
Do ba do boo doo, a boo ba do boo.